How's it going, guys? This week I'm making some goofy cemetery signs. If you guys want to see how these are made, stay tuned and I'll be glad to show you. So for this project, it really depends on how many tombstones you're creating. I'm going to be making about 5 or 6. So for that, I'm going to be using 2 sheets of 2 foot by 4 foot plywood. That's about 3/4 of an inch thick. And then I'm going to be using a 1x4 that's about 8 feet long. And this is really going to be the part that stakes it into the ground. And the plywood's going to make up the part that is the actual tombstone. And then I have some paint here. I just have some like gray kind of looking like a tombstone, similar to that color paint. I bought 3 cans. I'm not really sure how many I'm going to need. And then I have some black paint. And then I have stencils so I can stencil on the goofy sayings. So let's go ahead, head over to my table saw and start cutting up this wood. So the first thing I'm gonna do is go ahead and cut my plywood to 16-inch pieces by 24-inch pieces. And these are gonna be the dimensions of my tombstones. Now since it's already cut to 24 inches, I went ahead and set my fence to 16 and I'll just keep running it through until I get all my tombstones cut. So I have all my plywood cut. Now what I want to do is go ahead and take my 1x4, cut it up into 4 sections that are 2 feet long. So now I'm gonna go ahead and take my 4 pieces that I just cut. I'm gonna set my table saw fence to 1.5 inches, and I'm just gonna keep running them through here until I have a total of 8 pieces that are 2 feet long by 1.5 inches wide. So at this point, you should have 6 pieces of 1x2 that are cut to 2 feet long each. And then on the end here, I just went ahead and cut some 45-degree angles. So that gives me a nice point. So when I go ahead and stake it in the ground, it should cut it and go in a lot easier. And then I have 6 of these pieces of plywood, 3/4 of an inch thick, 24 inches long, and 16 inches wide. What I need to do now is go ahead and make a back or a support for the tombstone, and for that I'm going to cut about a 4.5 or 5-inch strip, and I'm just going to use one of my tombstones front here so I don't have to use any more wood, but that's going to leave me with about 5 tombstones, so I can technically get rid of one of these as well. But let's go ahead, go over to the table saw and cut this up into a bunch of 4.5, 5-inch strips. So my notches are all cut. Now what I need to do is go ahead and draw a circle with the 8-inch radius. I measured down 8 inches and 8 inches in, and then I made this, and this is 8 inches apart. So I just take the nail, put it on here, and then just by running it like that, I'll get that perfect circle, so then I'll have a rounded tombstone, and I need to do that for all 5 of them. So assembly is pretty easy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by adding glue to the bottom side of this. I'll just put it on here roughly, line it up with my line here so I know how high to put it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and screw this piece on. And then once I have this screwed on, I'm gonna go ahead and come back and nail or screw this in place. And then I'll have this area that can stake in the ground. So, I mean, it's pretty simple, but I just have about 5 of them to do. So now I have them all assembled. The only thing left to do is paint them. So I just got the silly names on the tombstones all done, and all in all I think they came out pretty good. I do still have one left, and that's right here. If you guys want to tell me what I should put on the sign, leave it in the comments below. I know a lot of people have a lot of suggestions to add. Plus I didn't have quite enough time to finish this last one, so it kind of works out for both of us. But what I have over here is rattle on bones, crispy bacon, in the back my remains, and then finally rust in pieces. So I think it was a pretty fun project to make. If you guys want to make these, I'd highly encourage them because they're really simple to make, and it's gonna make great decorations for your lawn this Halloween. So thank you guys for watching. That's it for this week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and as always, subscribe for new woodworking videos almost every Tuesday. I'll see you guys next week.